Hello, my name is Arlie and this is Arlie Tarot, and today we are doing a reading for Friday the 13th, and also about how that energy portal, which is very feminine, very magical, very much like opening of the heart and like creative aspect of yourself, honestly, is kind of attracting also love into your life. And yeah, I don't have like specific things that we are asking. It's more of whatever wants to come through as far as your love life. And I did do some channeling of songs, which you can go see below. I did some channeling of with the dice, with the astral dice. So I will be mentioning that, like what numbers pop up for you, a certain sign, a certain placement, and that I'll get into that in the individual piles. But yeah, that's pretty much it. We're just gonna leave it up to spirit, see what comes through. I just want to tap into this energy and then go from there. And but obviously we're putting the theme of your love life. So pile 1, you have a carnelian sphere. And I do have to say, obviously, you know, you pick your piles however you want. But I was very much guided to pick very specific crystals for this. So I feel like it is very much meant to be picked based on the crystal that calls your attention. But obviously, you know, sometimes I don't choose that way either. I go to the timestamps and I'm like, okay, what number pops up at me? Or I go to the timestamps and I see what music is being channeled for each pile. And then I go from that. But for some reason, I had to mention that. Like, it could be crystal-wise that you have to choose today, okay? So yeah, pile 1. Oh, by the way, under the sphere, what's holding it up so it doesn't roll around is usually the ring that I wear in this finger right here. You see the mark right there. This sphere had another ring under it, but I dropped it and it broke. It was a crystal ring as well. But this I've had for almost a year, and this one is trying to think of the name. I'm so sorry. And I lost the name, even though it's like rose quartz. There we go. I know it doesn't look like rose quartz because it's I've been wearing for like a year, so it's a little bit stained, a little bit, you know, weathered, if you will. But yeah, so we have rose quartz and then a sphere, carnelian, which is very much love and attraction. I love it, passionate. Okay, pile 2, you have the Aragonite heart. And for this crystal, I could definitely say I picked it because it looked like a heart, but I also love Aragonite. It's very grounding, very weird, very like edgy, but such a beautiful crystal. Maybe my camera and my setup is not doing it justice. If you want to go look at pictures of this crystal, it is completely beautiful. Reddish, brownish tones, but the light flexes off it again, beautiful. And it makes me think of a lot of things coming together to make something, because it's like little pieces that all decided to be here together. It's all right. And then pile 3, you have the Labradorite palm stone, which I use a lot in readings and also just in general when I want to channel. Dragon energy just comes heavily with this because it makes me think of that show Dragon Tales. So maybe there's something about that for you that could be significant somehow, some way. But yeah, go ahead and pick your piles and I will see you in your readings. I also have tarot on the side over here, and that I'm going to use to obviously clarify through this reading, but mainly going with the oracles that I already pre-picked, to be honest. So I'll see you in your readings, and I'm going to start with pile 1. Hi, pile 1. If you guys picked the Carnelian sphere, and the rose quartz little crystal ring that is holding it up. This is going to be your reading. I don't handle this stone that much. It's usually just sitting over here on my desk, but I don't know what it is about it today. There's something very magnetic about you, Pawan. All right, let me start with what I channeled for you, and obviously go look at the music, and then you'll see the next to each song. I looked in the album that came up so that you could kind of get a number synchronicity with the song as well. So 5, 7, and 29 are significant, but also when I rolled the dice for you, the number 5 came up. So I just rolled 5, 5, 5, and then Taurus came up and Pluto came up as well. So take that as it resonates. For some of you, that might just give you a little extra hint about, you know, the topic that we're diving into here today, which is your love life. You might want to look at your like Pluto placements. Taurus is ruled by Venus, which is, you know, the ruler of Friday, for example, and Friday the 13th is what the portal that we're connected to here for this reading. So Taurus energy, Libra energy could also be significant. What else is coming through here? Okay, that's it. All right, let's get into your reading. I have pre-shuffled things that I'm going to look through, and then at the end we're doing advice. Also, when I was building these piles, there's a disclaimer that came through was this could very much be about you. Obviously, it's about you in general, right, in the grand scope of things. But when it comes to the nitty-gritty, what the messages that are coming through, or the story that is going to be told here, Spirit wanted me to be kind of like specific with how I approach this. And I don't know how else to phrase that, okay? But they said it could be about you, but it could also definitely be about the person that you're connected with and what they're going through before, you know, they meet you, or before you meet each other, I should say. Before maybe you met each other, but before you actually come together, we decide to be together, confess the feelings that you have for each other. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, it could be from their perspective, but also it could be parallel for your life. Like, it's not so much about, they don't want you to hyper focus on who we're speaking about. It's more of like the grand message that's coming through. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, and you know, if you've seen other readings from me, you know that I usually don't give disclaimers like that, but for some reason, for these 3 piles, for this big collective that I'm tapping into, they wanted me to be very specific with that. So, you know, that's what I'm here for. You gotta do what you're told when you work for Spirit. All right, let's get into your reading. Let's see what's going on. Ooh, time for a nap with 24. That's up to 6, so that could also be significant. The little fox ears. Also, I just like the gold that's going on here. Makes me think of like radiance. And it also makes me think of, again, there's something about being, I said it in the intro, very attractive energy in this pile. Manifesting dreams with water spirit. Wow, okay. Number 46. So 4 could definitely be significant. I will say, Pawan, when I said goodbye in the intro and I started to put away the other piles to get into yours, it was 444 on my timer. So that could definitely be significant. Someone seeing river otters could be very significant as well. Like maybe you've seen like a documentary about them, or you've seen them in person actually, or in like a recent post. Back here in the forest, I just keep picturing like this it's a forest, obviously, but it also looks like a galaxy to me back there. A new earth. It's happening. Keep holding your vision. Okay, very interesting. Ooh, 32 with mushrooms. So that's a 5. So 5s are definitely significant. Ooh, a cape. One of my favorite cards here from this deck. 72, by the way, could also be significant. I know 7 was one of your numbers. What a wild ride of energies that you've compiled here just from the just from the oracles. Okay. I think this portal for Friday the 13th wants to show you a new way, an easier way. Like I said, there's something about you being very magnetic. Sorry, I'm gonna play with this while I talk about the cards that you saw here, because I feel like holding this while I do this. Okay. And I don't mean to be like distracting, but it feels right. Yeah, there's something about kind of the universe actually putting you at the precipice of what it feels like to be to be adored, to be cared for, to be something about ease, to be eased into being in love again. And again, it's an interesting way that they had me say that, because it doesn't necessarily mean that be in love again with someone that you already know. It's more of like, in general, how you are going to be experiencing love moving forward, romantic relationships, I should say, not just love, because there's love in very many ways that in your life that can show up, but this is romantic, so I'm going to be very specific when I speak. The way that you're experiencing romantic love is meant to be a new way. It's meant to be a way that it's easier than it has ever been. It's probably because you also completely have opened up to this journey that you feel already has started, but at the same time you feel like you're at the precipice of it. I feel like this is your energy heavily. This is you like kind of waiting to like, it's not about ascension, and it's not about like a new earth per se. It's more about a shift in perspective, but you're recognizing that it's happening within you already, and the universe really wants to say, and your spirit guides want to say, you're perceiving it because it's already you. It's already the energy that you are pretty much embodying, and you have been, I feel like, for a couple of months now. You would kind of like be able to tell when this energy started, because you decided that rest and recovery, and maybe not so much the hustle and bustle of things, were actually where you thrived, in the sense of whenever you opened up your heart to your own self, to your own rest, to what you needed, even though if it might in the past have seemed silly to you, but in the recent past, it actually made so much sense for you to dedicate more time to yourself and not be so much outwardly seeking. And that in return is what's making you magnetic now. And you know it, you're feeling it. Manifesting dreams is also very beautiful, because it tells me that you have been having dreams about this person, or someone that you're meant to be meeting very soon. Makes me think how otters, when they're sleeping, they hold hands to not float away from each other. Also, I can't help but see 2 of them here, so it's also that. Back to this little fox, it also makes me think of a card that is in this deck, that is the Venus, sorry, I'm trying to recall it now. It's the Venus Garden, and there is a little tiny fox sleeping there. in this beautiful, like, very hard, open space. And I feel like the garden is you. It's like your soul. It's like your inner self. Okay. Let me read a little bit about the mushroom, just to see what message comes with that. And then I'm going to do some tarot, obviously. All right. I see the magic. Hell yes. Oh, that's so beautiful. So you've been feeling the magic. You've been embodying the magic. You've been actually, like, I wanted the word that came through was drenched in magic, but you've been like, it's been all over, all encompassing, but now you're actually seeing it. Also, mushroom medicine might be significant, and I don't mean get high as hell and go on a trip. Maybe that's for you, but like, it could also just be maybe microdosing for some of you. Mushroom medicine could be calling you. Maybe it's not even microdosing, is more of like taking certain mushrooms. And I don't know much about this, but what's coming through is taking certain mushrooms that are like good for your mental health as well. I know that there's, without you getting, you know, quote unquote, like even a microdose or something like that, there's certain mushrooms that can supplement mental health or your mental capacity. Something like that is coming through. All right. I see the magic. Amongst the florist floor, the mushroom Amanita muscura, and I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but I know this is toadstools, right? I think that's what the common name is. Commonly known as fly agaric, emerge with their brightly colored fruiting bodies standing up layers of brown foliage and moss. Interesting. Okay. These mushrooms help share a lesson that may not have come to mind when your eyes land upon them. They symbolize growth, and more importantly, how growth still continues to occur after a life cycle. What is your relationship to the ethereal realms as a child? Interesting. What was your relationship to the ethereal realm? Maybe there's something about the ethereal realm and you and this person communicating there. Because this card, it's bringing me back to another reading that I did. That it wasn't about a love reading, but the imagery here drove me to do a love reading for that specific pile, or love was part of the reading or something like that. I don't remember specifics, but because it was like mirrored energies, it made me think of twin flames. It made me think of like very high level soulmate in that reading, right? That could also apply here, by the way. But something about the ethereal realm is something that you have been also, because of the way that you've been tending to yourself, you've been opening yourself up to again, like a childlike wonder. And that could be where you and this person are communicating too. Oh, Friday the 13th is going to be very interesting for you, Pawan. Oh, I just got that. So 13, that's up to 4. And I mentioned 444 for you earlier. So 4s could also be significant. Queen of Swords. Okay. I just want to develop this message a little bit more and get a little more specific. I feel like it would have been kind of broad. Oh, Queen of Cups. Okay. Ace of Cups. Nice. Yeah, I feel like this speaks about the journey that I was picking up on. It makes it much clearer. And I'm going to keep the Star card, which is the bottom of the deck. Okay, and another one. Okay. So, part 1. This speaks about this 3 first cards. Definitely, actually, all of them. But these first 3, I'm sorry, my words are like all jumbled and weird. I recognize that listening to myself as I speak, but I don't know where that's coming from or why I'm doing it, but bear with me. Okay. you know, we go from the from the overanalyzing, maybe overdoing in the past, right? To just feeling, going within, tending to the things that come up. That's what I was picking up on before. And that leads you to a very, very open heart, because it's like you're feeding your own self with love. So you can't help but keep vibrating in that energy and keep like, there's like a recycling of it or something. There's something about a very bright kind of I'm seeing like I don't know how to explain this. Visually, it looks like fusion, like you know how the sun, it's like a constant explosion, and that's what makes it shine or brings, it gives light, because it's constant just explosions within explosions within explosions, right? That's what it feels like. You've cultivated this very beautiful energy within. The gold makes sense again, because that's how I see it. It's like a golden light within you. Oh, very much like this, but like it looks like atoms, like just all over each other like that. I don't know. The visual is, oh, it's actually here too. Okay, yes, it looks more like this. This is the energy that I'm like looking at. And it very much feels like it's coming from this place as well. The heart is very open for sure. So you've come very far, is what the divine here is saying. You've come very far on your own self journey. And now, you know, with the Six of Wands as a triumph, with the star card as, you know, you wish upon a star in a way. You wish upon a star, and here it is. Here's the reward. Here's the wish fulfillment with the 10 of Cups. We go from an ace to a 10, my friend. That is quick, okay? But you know what's very beautiful? It all starts with the Queen of Cups. It's not even, and usually it's backwards, right? Ace of Cups and then Queen of Cups. But you need to recognize as well, is what they want to say, how far you've come from how far you think you really are. Like, there's something about a okay, so it's not you misunderstanding your journey or anything like that. No, that's not it. It's more of like there's a little bit of a veil that kind of feels like you blocking your own, like, they want you to be proud of yourself, is what it is, Pawan. And maybe you're not proud enough, okay? And for some reason, that's a problem for the divine. They're like, we want to address that. They want you to be proud of how far you've come. There's something about accept the celebration, accept the people that love you, accept the love that's coming your way, the adoration, the beauty that kind of is being reflected back to you in all aspects of your life. There's a big triumph here, but the triumph started within, and it already has been accomplished. You've accomplished a lot from within you, your own, like, maybe self-talk, your own treatment of yourself. Like, there's something here that really wants to let you know that the intuition that you've been following, which has been obviously your own, is quite literally what's bringing also these rewards for you. And I'm also hearing right now, dream big, wish big, because you're meant to have what you want, okay? And also, Pawan, sorry, I feel like in the beginning of your message, there was such a big block, but now I'm through it now. It's like I'm through the gates of it now, so there's no block anymore. Here we go. All right. There's something about, if you feel like you are someone who has a twin flame, there is nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing to like overanalyze, overthink, over explain, even to yourself, and especially not to anyone else. Because you should know by now, just from the journey that I was picking up on, of like the self-worth, the self-healing, the self-love, that journey speaks about just how right your intuition has led you. So why are we neglecting, or why are we trying to over-explain, oversimplify something as magical as you having maybe a twin flame in this lifetime that you are meant to be with? And there's nothing wrong with that. There's something about a realization as well of like the things that you perceive that are meant for you, even if they're like huge and seem to your logical mind unattainable, to the heart and to this energy that you've cultivated, which is, like I said, magnetic as hell. And it quite literally is about wish fulfillment. It's twice here, and it's not even twice, it's thrice, because it's here too, manifesting dreams. Why do we not believe in that? Why are you having, maybe you're not having an issue believing in it, maybe you're having more of an issue believing that it's actually going to happen. And okay, again, now it's, I'm sorry if I got like a little, there was a little bit of like tough love or something, but they understand that you've been healing, and this is what this journey has been about for you, this part over here. But now it's time to receive. Okay, it is time to receive. You are this beautiful embodiment of Empress energy. That's what that Carnelian was pulling me through. Yeah, look at that. That's insane. That is insane. Yeah, I mean, another wish fulfillment, the 10 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, the High Priestess. What's at the top over here? 3 of Cups, and another 3, and the 3 of Wands. Okay. I want to ask about that message that came through about a twin flame. Please don't take that if it doesn't resonate. But if it resonates, stop over-analyzing and kind of like not letting yourself fully believe it. It's like, maybe that is the block. Maybe that is the oh, okay, maybe it really is. That's the only thing, like the self imposed beliefs, or limiting beliefs, I should say, is the only thing that is stopping you from fully bringing this in. And it's not like you could stop it either way, because you're on the journey already, right? Definitely it's here already, right? We went from healing and resting, like it says quite literally, time for a nap. We went from that to like saying, no, I actually, let's approach this head on. And I like how it's the swords, because even though, and I don't want to tell you that your mind, your analytic mind, the part of you that maybe, you know, sometimes does overthink, is wrong. It's not. It's part of you too. It's okay. It's part of what this journey is trying to lead you towards. Or, you know, it's okay. It's okay to over analyze and simplify sometimes, but they want you to be very mindful of when you are oversimplifying and not seeing the magic. You need to see the magic. Quite literally, this card said it. I see the magic. Oh wow, I'm getting that song. Do you believe in magic? But I'm also hearing, do you believe in miracles? And you know what? It's like the divine is saying, it really is not a miracle. It's just what you deserve, and what you've known for so long that you deserve. But it's time to accept it. There's something about the acceptance of it. Okay, let's ask again. I want to ask about the twin flame message that came through. Knight of Pentacles. Okay. Wow, 3 of Swords. The Devil. So there is a block here, okay? There is a block here. And it's not just your block, it's also this person's. And that would make sense because, again, you guys are kind of mirroring each other. The letter A could be very significant. What I like about the Devil being here, though, it's that it doesn't reaffirm this Three of Swords for me as something that's happening right now. It more makes it seem like what it actually is. Like I said, it's a block, but it's like a veil. It's a very thin kind of like last thing that you need to like gather and be like, well, I see you for what you are now, but I've learned from this already, so I don't need to dwell on this anymore. It's what it feels like. But again, this journey, I like that the Knight of Pentacles is between these two energies. That's very interesting. This journey has been something that you've been on for a while now. This path, though, it's more of crossing paths could be very significant with you and this person, because it's making me think this is the path, but they're crossing it. Do you see that? So it's like there's something about venturing out, doing things before they make sense or something like that. And that's where the magic happens, is what I'm hearing. But I feel like you do that already. So this might not even be about you, actually. This little part here. This might be about this person. You might be someone who is already on the other side of the Three of Swords with the Four of Swords and the Six of Swords, while this person's still in the Three of Swords and the Devil, because there's that veil that's still kind of confusing them. But they're obviously they're gonna catch up, and they're gonna be, if anything, if you go through it first, then they'll go through it, and then whatever they have experienced that you haven't experienced yet, it kind of like, you know, the reason why you have a twin soul here is what it feels like. You're meant to experience the same kind of what is it, journey, but from different perspectives, if that makes sense. So whatever they have gone through that you have yet to encounter, you can piggyback on their experiences energetically, spiritually, to be able to like navigate those waters easier. Same thing with them, right? So if you've navigated this pain already, you've navigated the way that healing works from a point of understanding, but then opening the heart completely, kind of like to repair the breaks, the shatterness of it. You put it back together by quite literally putting it back together, and by self-love and acceptance, then they are following suit. They're also learning from that. But it's a process. The Knight of Pentacles, though, is about movement. So the movement, the path has been set, and the steps have been taken on it already. You would know this, again, because you've been through it. So if you've been through it, they are going through it. Okay. What else for this portal? How interesting. While you're in this energy, they are in this energy. It's more like this, actually. Quite opposites here. But, yeah. Connected nonetheless. And the thing is, both of you struggle. Both of you struggle in your own way, but you struggle with, this person struggles with changing their mind about this and changing their heart mostly. And you struggle with trying to see the magic, even though you believe in magic, by the way. Because I don't think you're someone who doesn't believe in magic. I hope that's not what I was what came through when I was saying see the magic. I feel like you do, but for some reason it's hard for you to see it when it comes to this topic, like the romantic relationship that you deserve, or that you feel like it's meant for you. Wow. Yeah, because you see how these two are very similar too, like both, you know, about to jump into something. There's that light again that I was seeing. I don't know why I'm hearing this, but I'm hearing like core fusion. I don't know what that means. You know why? When I kept seeing the light, the ball of light kind of thing, energy like this, you know, like the explosion, whatever, I kept thinking of nuclear fusion, and I don't know anything about that. I have like absolutely nothing, okay? But that's the word that kept coming through, and I don't think I even said it that way because I was like, that makes no sense to me, so I'm not gonna say it. But it might make sense to some of you. Jumping into life is so significant here. You know what? For both of you, this is a trust fall in some kind of way. I feel like falling into the unknown for both of you, right? Because the Hangman is trying to find information, clarity, and also trying to see the magic. And the Fool is doing the same thing, but if anything, they're doing it, and it's interesting that the Fool came from their side. It's interesting that they're doing it from a place of trusting, a trust fall. It's what, but yours is more calculated. You're like, I'm gonna ease into this. That's very interesting. The thing about love is, though, what I'm hearing now, it's love. It's not something you ease into sometimes. It's something you just trust. And they're saying you already possess that energy. You already have that. You embody that already. You're someone who has so much faith and so much trust in the divine, but in yourself too, because you are the divine. Okay. And this card always makes me think of when pigs fly. There's a little fly over here circling around. I like that. Maybe someone's like looking up, looking you up. Maybe a little hidden, maybe a little toxic-y with the devil. It would make sense. Kind of checking up on you, but like in the down low or something. Interesting. It's still around. Okay. So yeah, this card for me was always about when pigs fly. And obviously not just because the little piggy is flying there, but with the Page of Cups, it's that energy of accepting the magic, actually seeing the magic, because you're seeing it from a childlike wonder a bit. Wow, okay. Recognizing the magic for the magic that it truly is, or for the energy that it truly is. It's probably like the last, not the last, but one of the last things that need to be done here from both parties, both of you. And I feel like you might do that at the same time, which is actually kind of cool, because these energies, like I said, they look so much alike to me, and imagery wise too. Like, look at them, they're both jumping into the pool of the subconscious, the unconscious, the magic of things. Wow. Hey, coming in heavy at the end here with the love. I like that. 3 of Cups again. 2 of Cups, 3 of Cups. You might see them like at a party or something, or a gathering of some kind. For some reason, I feel like looking for the Emperor to see where the Emperor is. Hold on. Oh, King of Swords though. We have the Queen of Swords out here. Okay. Let's see what the Emperor is. Just curious. Oh, there he is. Okay. And what's behind it? Okay. Page of Swords in the front with 2 of Wands in the back. Okay. The information and then the decision. You know, that's what's surrounding the masculine energy here. Seeking, just like you, seeking the information and then being able to make the decision. Okay. And I feel like making the decision to trust the information itself as well. Like, there's trust issues here, and it's okay. It's your journey. That's what just, you know, you're experiencing in the way that you're meant to be experiencing this. So for the advice part of this, I already pulled one of the animal spirit deck cards, and yours is the owl, which, my goodness. If someone sees the magic, it's this dude right here. Look at those eyes. Everything around them too is very colorful. It's dark but colorful. There's just so much going on here. There's such like depths. I hope it's coming through. But in person, looking at these eyes, it's almost like I can get lost in it. They're alive. It's like this creature is alive, to be honest. Wow, that is intense. Okay. It's so intense, in fact, that my stomach got a little weird just now. There's, oof, wow. Not in a bad way, but it's the intensity of the image. And just like the feeling that I got from it. Okay. So for advice, we have abundance, clairvoyant, and treasures. When in balance, generous, trusting, and secure. I feel like you need to trust and they need to be secure in their choices. That's kind of like, but you see how those two lessons come hand in hand as well. So when out of balance, money grabbles and scarcity, sorry. And to bring into balance, an offering. An offering. Okay. Maybe you want to leave an offering for one of your spirit guides. Maybe you want to leave an offering for nature. You want to leave an offering for Venus, maybe Aphrodite, anything that relates to like love, empowerment. Ooh, Hecate maybe as well. Okay. The owl is a mysterious and otherworldly creature found in folklore from east to west. The white owl in this particular deck is the companion of the goddess Lakshmi. Oh, okay. Maybe for Lakshmi is who you're meant to be leaving an offering, and represents wealth, beauty, and good fortune. When the owl card appears, it's an omen that a boon or treasure is on its way. It's on the way, either in spiritual or material form. With the owl wisdom on your side, you'll see and know exactly what to do with this boon, how it can further serve your dharma and bring abundance to the world. Trust that the wellspring of treasure is infinite. That's what I was picking up on before too. Like, why do you not believe that these magical things could happen for you? The wellspring, manifesting dream, water spirit, that is a little spring action, a little river action over here. So yeah, like dream big, ask for what you want, what you feel like you want as well. It doesn't need to be like that you've perceived that you deserve this to begin with. But if you want it in a way, then you do deserve it, because you wouldn't want it you wouldn't want it otherwise, is what I'm getting. Ooh. All right. And now we're going to get, as always, a message from Gaia from the Echo Femme Fantasy Oracle by Muxi. Information is down below if you want to purchase this. It's a very, very magical deck. Oof. This card has been, I'm not sure if I'm going to take it, but it does want to be out here for a sec. This card has been coming out in my readings. In the last reading that I posted, it came out for 2 of the piles. Pile 1 and pile 2 of the last reading that I posted. So rebirth, resurrection of personal power. I am not going to keep it because I wasn't even ready, okay, when that flipped over. But damn, is that card around often. There maybe a lot of the collective that I tap into It's going to rebirth, and that's probably why it keeps coming up. Okay. Advice for your love life. Connected, psychic awareness. See the magic? Ah, what a beautiful portal. This is a portal that wants to show you magic. Magic. Ah, do you believe in? I just keep hearing that. I'm sorry. And I'm not a good singer, but I just keep hearing it. It's like on a loop in my head. Okay. The number 3 could be significant. Okay. So with spirit, with eternal, again, the ethereal realm is significant for you guys too. And then with the unified chakra, which is interconnection. Yeah, you guys, you and this person definitely have a very otherworldly, like the owl was saying, connection to each other. And like, this is again why Spirit wants to just hammer this message in, that because of how unique your connection is, only you two would understand what it means to be connected in this way. Like, unless people, you know, I'm going to put it in human terms for a sec. Okay. So unless, for example, you're someone who has lost your mother, you can perceive how that would feel like, right? But you, until that has happened to you, you're not in a way part of that club where now you know what it feels like to lose a parent or lose a mother or lose a father. You know what I mean? Or lose someone that matters to you. Like, unless that happens to you, yes, you can perceive it, and it doesn't mean that you cannot sympathize or empathize or even imagine what that would feel like. But like, unless you experienced it, you don't know what that feels like. That's the example that came through. I'm sorry, but that could also be for some of you. And that you can kind of like, in a way, understand what I mean. This connection that you have with this person is unique. It's so unique, especially to both of you. That yes, maybe other people's experiences with something that's like your connection can resonate, but it doesn't mean that it needs to fit every little thing that other people have spoken about this, said about this kind of connection. Like, it's very unique to you. So that's why they need you to trust your awareness of it, okay? There's a web of energy that connects us all. When you tap into it, reality becomes a whole new experience. At first, the experience may happen from time to time, but later it becomes a new normal. The new normal. The new normal in your life wants to be complete awareness of just how much magic and power you possess as well. Power. Okay. Open to your psychic connection and come to better understand yourself in relation to the universe. Connect with others who understand and can support your journey. You are not alone. Conscious community, psychic connection, awakening, listening, and awareness. Yep. Couldn't have said it better myself. That's a good way to round this up. I feel like the reason why also this person and you are meant to be in each other's lives and connect with each other, cross paths, if you will, it's because you would understand each other's uniqueness. And that's not just about your relationship, your uniqueness in general. In general, like as everything that you've been through, everything you've experienced. And again, it doesn't mean that it's specifically the same, because we touched upon that, but someone that can relate, you know? And if they cannot relate completely, they definitely have this, like, just like you, they have this belief of like, you know, if you tell them, hey, I actually saw UFO, they'll be like, you know what? I haven't, but I believe that you have. There's something about that. Someone that believes in you and believes you as well. Okay, that's very beautiful. Thank you so much, Pawan, for trusting me to read for you. I hope that this made sense, and that the reading brings you a little bit more clarity here that you needed. And I hope to see you in other readings in the future. Have a good one, Pawan. Hi, Patu. If you guys picked the Aragonite heart, this is going to be your reading. Just gonna take a little sip of water, do a little bit of cleansing, and then we're gonna get into your reading. In the meantime, if you want to go look at the message songs that were channeled for you, that could be significant. Also, if you want to go look at what the astral dice, well, did I put that on the description? I did not. Oh, Palto, you're the very interesting pile. Okay, hold on. You pulled me right into that energy. Hold on, I just need to, I still need to go to my little rituals of cleansing the energy from Pile 1 first. All right. Okay, let's get into your reading, Pile 2. Jeez, damn. Okay. You guys were the pile. You got also 555, by the way. Capricorn and Mars energy. And then with the songs that came out for you, I look in the album and I see what number that song is. So the number 4 is significant. The number 14 is significant. And then the number 1. So 1 and 4 are very significant. And also 1 and 4 add up to 5, which is one of your numbers, the initial number that you got. So I also want to say you were the pile who wanted me to channel messages. Okay, while I was just getting the reading together, building it, and I was like, no, I had a hard rule, hard boundary about channeling messages or little things here and there, because I didn't want to do that, to be quite honest. I wanted to do that in the reading, but for some reason you guys snuck through and made me channel the following. Okay, daydreams and endless. So endless daydreams or daydreams in general. And then YouTube it. That phrase came through. So, and again, what's interesting about your energy is like, I wasn't putting up a fight about channeling. It's just, I felt the energy wanted me to channel, but I respectfully said that this is not the time for it. We will do it in the reading. And yet those two things, I wrote them down like almost like automatic writing, like without me noticing. So that could be significant for some of you. And the fact that something about setting spiritual boundaries could also be significant. And I don't blame you, or I'm not passing on blame or shame for you like crossing, or your energy or your spirit guides crossing a boundary of me channeling, because I feel like everything that happens for a reason anyways. I wouldn't have written it down unless I needed to write it down, you know what I mean? So that's okay. But there might be something about that for you guys, that you need to like set some boundaries. Maybe the boundaries that you need to set are energetically and spiritually with this person that you're connected to, by the way. Interesting. I also really like the songs that you guys have. So they're bops, all of those. So maybe you want to go check those out. Okay, let's get into your reading. Let's see what your this Friday the 13th beautiful energy portal has for you when it comes to love. Pile 2. Ooh, 22. Pile 2, 222, 22 with blessed. Whew. Okay, coming in hot. Willow spirit with flexibility. You know what? I feel like this is such a call out. This is a call out for me. This is just beautiful, actually, because I feel like your spirit guides want want to keep you nimble, want to keep you flexible when it comes to connecting with them as well. Or just in general, you might be a psychic. You might be someone who reads tarot. You might be someone who channels automatic writing. Maybe it's something that you do. They want you to stay flexible as well. I'm saying this as a call out because when I first looked at it I just saw flexibility. I'm like, oh, okay. You just want to, you know, even though I have a certain vision for what my reading is supposed to be like, or my readings, I should say, they still wanted me to be flexible. And again, I welcome the challenge. It's okay. There's something about that too. Like, nothing would happen unless it needed to anyways. Ooh, hell yeah. Trust the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. So trust that the wave that you came in, but also trust that time is not running out. Okay, stay flexible. Yeah. I just heard things are coming along just fine. Is what I heard. Okay, Leap 55. Shut up. So many synchronicities. Okay, Libra energy. Love that, because it is Venus energy. And Friday is ruled by Venus. Ooh, look at that little hand just holding those scales up. Karmic justice here. Wow. That's why they just want you to trust, because the universe is on your side. Karmic justice is on your side. Come on. Wow. You are blessed. Oof. Wow. Kairos. I love this card so much. Look at those stars here. I never noticed that before. I mean, I have noticed them, but now it's like what's really calling my attention. Maybe there's something about you looking, or you have actually done this. Wish upon a star. Looking at the stars, stargazing. Can't help but see all the little stars as well everywhere now. Wow. There's a big blessing coming your way here when it comes to love. The flexibility of it all is interesting. It's interesting to me because I feel like you wouldn't be in this energy, or like about to receive this kind of like wholehearted trust, kind of like peace energy as well, unless you were already flexible. Because it's like it comes hand in hand is what I'm hearing now. But okay, let me get it a little bit more tarot before I kind of dive into this. Just feel called to. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna shuffle in silence because this is what I feel like doing. I feel like your energy is a little bit moody. I'm okay with that. Okay with the moods. All right. Trying to balance something. Okay. Balance something. Maybe this portal is also helping you balance some karmic justice here. Something interesting about this Friday the 13th is it is the only one in 2025. So it's a very powerful one. And the fact that it's happening like in the middle of the year is also very powerful. Because if you think about it, the shadow period, the preface of it has already been happening. And then we experience the portal, and then the shadow period is like the other half of the year. So I just, the flexibility thing here, it's what keeps calling my attention. And I just keep hearing like, stay nimble, stay flexible to rapid changes as well. I'm hearing don't overthink. don't overthink with the Page of Swords, which is all about thinking. And like, if I must act, let me first consult, you know, like, all right. Birds could be very significant for you as well. Birds are messengers. And seeing a lot of birds could be significant, but seeing a very specific bird often could also be significant. And that blessed energy is coming through in the Three of Wands for me now. Where it's like, yeah, you gotta believe now. You do believe. You've made the choices that you wanted to make. And now you believe that it's arriving at your shore, if you will. The wave that you came in is interesting. Because she's looking upon, you know, she has a surfboard. So it's like, trust the wave you came in on. And also, at the same time, you know, surf that wave. Ride the wave. Ooh, Temperance, Sagittarius energy. We just had a full moon in Sagittarius. There's that balance again. Do you see that? Something is trying to be balanced here too. 14, again, that's your number. That's one of your numbers. And again, that's up to 5. So we go back to trusting the changes that are happening, because they're happening quickly, because you're aligning faster than ever. It's going to feel like a blessing. Faster than ever, you're quite literally shifting into something else. When it comes to your love life, let's just get very specific. I feel like getting specific, so we're going to. All right. Okay, 2 jumpers. This deck doesn't usually jump, but look at the jumpers that we got. The Sun. The happiest card in the deck. And the Ace of Wands. It's like a mini song in there, isn't it? Wow. This also looks very much alike to me. These 2 energies. I know she's like, we're looking at this, her side profile, but I also see the face in there. It's like this being is in there, but this is also in here. Wow. There's like a multitude of like depths here. It's like one within another, within another, within another. Wow, okay. There's a lot of happiness here, pile 2. Undeniable happiness, undeniable blessings, undeniable. And I don't know why I'm saying it like that. And I don't know why I'm using the word undeniable. But it's like, it's so in your face. It's so clear. There's passion heading your way. There's happiness, clarity, balance, new ideas, and the passion to pursue them. Maybe also a new person here. Someone that you kind of recognize, but at the same time you don't. Or someone that you've seen with your mind's eye, but you haven't actually seen with your physical ones. And that could be where the little bit of needing to be flexible is at. It might have to do with this person that is coming into your life. Maybe it's not someone that you usually would fall for, and it's not that you're like shallow or anything like that. It's not about the physicality of them either. It's just in general. Or as well, for some of you, you might think that your person is one specific person, but actually you have choices to make. It could be the person that you really think of, and then someone else that you haven't met yet, maybe. This is something that's slowly being manifested as well. Yeah. Okay, if for those of you who have one specific person in mind, this person is working on something to be able to fully come through here and offer you something. And the new person, I feel like the new person is ready. They've completed, because this was at the top of the deck, but this is at the bottom of the deck, right? So they've gone through all this already, the entire journey, and they're, oh, wow. You know what? Full stop. Okay. Wow. My God. Okay. Take this with a grain of salt, okay? I'm just reading, you know? It's just a reading. But that's probably why they want you to stay flexible, because it might not be that the person who wins this race, and that's how they want me to phrase it, and I don't have any other way of doing it, but yeah, the person that reaches your shore, the shores of what you're deserving in love here, might not be the person from the past. They had the potential. It's not that they don't, and it's not that they didn't, and it's not that it couldn't possibly ever be, but they're a little, not to put it in this way, but this is how it's coming through. They're a little behind, and this person is ready. The new one is ready. The new person that they want you to be open to, possibility wise, is ready. Because look at how they're being backed up by the Emperor. And we're not even stopping there. The Four of Wands, which is the card of union. And then after that, the Nine of Cups. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say, Patu. It's all here. Like, I can't make that up. Like, I'm hearing step by step, things will unfold. And again, it's undeniable that they are unfolding. And they've been unfolding at a very, you know what, it's not even super fast, because it's steps. We have the Three of Wands, and then we have the Four of Wands. So, you know, it's not even that it should be a big surprise for you, even though it feels like it is. It feels like a blessing. It feels like a miracle. But wow. 4-4 again. 44 could be also significant. 22, 55, 44. Master teacher numbers. Wow. That white horse is calling my attention for some reason. Something about a white horse could be significant. You know how, like, there's something about when you're about to sneeze, or someone's about to sneeze, if you don't want them to sneeze, you should be like, oh, a white horse, think of a white horse, or something like that. I'm not sure about it, but a white horse could be significant. This person holding the knight, sorry, not the knight, the king, and it's the white piece, is interesting to me too. Huh. Oh wow. Okay. Your spirit guides they have a sharp tongue. Okay, hold on. I can't even speak now. They have a sharp tongue. When I saw the king and then the chessboard, you know what? It's not okay. Oh wow. Okay. Hold on a second. It's not your spirit guides who have a sharp tongue. It's this person. They're like, well, this person is doing their thing. Like, they respect it. It's cool. They're like, I've been playing chess this whole time while they're doing their own thing over here. So something about this person could come across as a little cocky, but really they have the energy to back it up. They have the means to back it up. They have the the experience, the self-knowledge, the emotional growth. Oof, I like this. I like whoever this is. I'm not saying anything bad about this person, but wow. So this is the energy that made me channel things. Okay, I see you. Daydreams and endless daydreams. Okay. Maybe you have a lot of Pisces energy, because whenever I see daydreams, I'm like, that's a Piscean energy. Because, you know, they live in wonder of everything, which I think is very beautiful. But also Aries is heavily here. Aries, Sagittarius, so a lot of fire. Obviously Libra is over there, quite literally. Capricorn is also here. Oh, that gives me Capricornian energy for sure. That boss energy, that whole thing of, I've been playing chess and they've been, I don't know, twiddling their thumbs. This person also wants to kind of say, like, you know what? They've lost their chance. It's not their time anymore. It's my time. I just saw 1111, 1111 on my timer. Wow. Okay, 1111 is also in the 4 of Wands, by the way. 7, see? This other person is confused, you know, working on it, but still confused, not sure of you. While this person's, they set their eyes on you. And they are not someone, again, they're coming through as a knight, movement, right? And right off the bat, movement as an emperor, with union in mind, with a commitment in mind. And it's, oh, wow. I just got the song. I have to write it down because I forget, so I can add it to your, wow, what a powerful energy this person is, has. I Think I'm in Love with You by Chris Stapleton and Dua Lipa. Ooh, because there's a line in that song where it's like, hold on, I'll pull it up. Let me just write this down first. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pull that lyric up because this is, oh my goodness. Oh, I love when a reading takes me into like research and looking shit up. Okay. I don't want to play it because I don't want my okay. I know it might sound strange. I think I'm in love with you. I didn't know it at the time. I know what I want to do. It's making me lose my mind. So the endless thinking, the endless daydreaming. I thought about thinking it through, and every time I do, I find I want to make your dreams come true. That's what that card made me think of, that little part. I thought about thinking it through, and every time that I do, I find I want to make your dreams come true. Ah, my goodness, what a charmer. Jeez Louise, I'm blushing over here, and this is not even for me. Wow. Okay. Not gender specific, by the way. This person just has swag. Yeah. This person is, so 202, 2002. So that's 802. So 2002 is military time, but in regular people time it will be 802, like 8 p.m. So 22 again, by the way. Yeah, this person is very connected to their higher self, and they're also very connected to you and your higher self because of that. And damn, yeah. I mean, it cannot be any clearer, okay? They're also, I like that about them. I like that this is coming through, because this is how this person will be presenting themselves to you. They are very straightforward. They know what they want and they pursue it. Obviously, they pursue you with also respecting your boundaries. If you need time to think about it, I feel like you do. If you need time to make a choice, if you need time to whatever it is that you need, they're here for it. Again, they just want to make your dreams come true. But they are there's someone who they recognize you. They recognize you at a soul level, and they're not afraid. They're not overthinking it. They're not trying to work it out. They're ready. They're ready for this. And it's going to be very clear. It's a clear approach. And I feel like you need that in your life, pal, too. Because maybe there's been times where when it comes to love, things have not been as clear as they are with like someone presenting themselves as them, they like you, but they hide it behind something else, you know, their own insecurities or their own, you know, lack of self-love or self-awareness. Not this person though. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Woo. Yep. That is very beautiful. Wow. Okay. I think I need a little bit more. Maybe not. Maybe I'm done with this part of the reading, but it feels so good to tap into this energy now. You know what? It's interesting that I was resisting it before, or like not resisting. Oh, that could be about you, my friends. Okay. Maybe because of your experiences in the past, this person coming in a little too strong kind of like makes you recoil a bit, makes you be like, okay, wait. Like the same thing that happened with me with channeling this. I was like, hey, I didn't want to do that, but okay, you know, everything happens for a reason. Kind of like there's something about that. And it's not that you're going to do something that you don't want to do, or this person pushes you to it. Again, they are so respectful. That I cannot stress that enough. So if that's not the person that communicates with you and like approaches you, this is not them. They're very respectful, very much. They want you to be okay, you to be happy, you to be content, like feel safe, feel seen, feel understood. They're willing to ride the wave with you, okay? Those waves of emotions, of understanding, they're okay with that. I feel like maybe this is also about like healing something within you as well. When it comes to romantic relationships, they're going to help you with this because they're going to show you this is verbatim their words right now. This is not like your spirit guides. No, this is them saying, I'm going to show you what true love is, or like how a true love connection should feel like, should be like. That's how confident they are. But that's also just who they are. They love in that way. And there's no other way for them to show up in love besides being that, embodying that kind of energy. Wow, they're just very healthy, very nice, very you know what, they're grown. It's what it is. And it makes sense because the Emperor is all of the kings put together. So I mean, they do have the emotional, the physical, the passionate side of things, the mental wisdom as well. That's why they, you know what, they view this other person like a chump. They're like, it's not that this person couldn't ever reach this level. Everybody can. It's okay. But they're not there yet. And they're saying, I'm ready. They're not ready. I'm ready. Choose me. Love me. It's like, okay. There was something else. I think I lost my train of thought tapping into this person's energy. You know what? Very energetic as well. Even though I'm channeling this entire time, I feel like since I started your reading, to be quite honest. Whew. And there's a lot of energy like moving through me. I feel so energetic. It's crazy. And giggly and happy. Pay attention to that if someone makes you feel that way too, okay? Ooh, that song is playing now in my head. Sorry. Confirmation. I think I'm in love with you. I didn't know it at the time. Okay. Justice again. Look at that Libra energy. And the Knight of Wands. That white horse and that black horse. There's that temperament of energy. Light and dark, yin and yang. Hell yeah. Hell yes. Okay. Justice. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I mean, this is it for the tarot part of this reading. I want to get into advice, but whereas here it's the universe trying to balance this for you. This is you taking charge of this. This is you taking ownership of this. Ownership in the way that what they're trying to say with ownership here is you accept this karmic justice. You accept this gift that's being presented here, this blessing. I am also called to look at how the Knight of Wands also has 4 wands around them. The 4 wands, it's in this card, as it's also in your energy. So it's in their energy and also your energy. So much passion and a beautiful connection here. Music is significant for sure, especially since they're playing the drums. Like, that's very significant. All right, let's get into your advice. Ooh, the wolf. Not a lone wolf anymore is what I got. But then also this person could be showing up as this spirit animal, the wolf. Earthly, by the way, earth energy, but also fire. So also passion. Wow. Loyalty is what I'm getting as well. I just heard loyalty, 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 which is Kendrick Lamar. So many songs, okay? Let me write that down too. All right. Let's read about the wolf, shall we? So, the wolf. Guardian of family and tribe, activism and ritual. I'm hearing right now, if you resonate with any of that, like being a guardian, I feel like this is so this person though. With activism, with rituals like that, that's both of you have this energy. Both of you do this, okay? When in balance, reliable, democratic and fearless. When out of balance, judgmental and dominating. And to bring into balance, practice letting go. The wolf's mission is to uphold the well-being and longevity of the pack. Healthy wolf energy expresses itself through activism, mentorship, humanitarian efforts, or teaching, religious or political studies. The wolf gets into trouble when it assumes every member of the tribe must follow suit. This includes children walking in their parents' footsteps. Although it will surely be uncomfortable at first, practicing tolerance helps balance out agitated wolf energy. Contemplate the following: embrace all and exclude none. Maybe that's that flexibility as well. I think you encounter this person too, maybe through activism, through something that has to do with rituals as well. Maybe quite literally like you attending some kind of class or something, or learning something new, or trying something new might be how you meet this person too. Interesting, that's coming through just now. All right, and then we're going to get advice as well from Mother Gaia. I like this at the bottom of the deck, but from the Echo Femme Fantasy Oracle by Muxi. Let's get a card for you. Some advice when it comes to this beautiful Friday the 13th portal for 2. Ooh, Cavern of the Eye. Cavern of the Eye, untouched territory. Ooh, okay, yeah, something new is happening here. Some kind of new thing that you do. Look at the eyes. Some kind of new thing that you pursue or do or want to learn about or are doing already. Could be how you meet this person. Again, 41, it mirrored is 14. And if you add it up as 5, it's everywhere. 1, 4, and 5 is everywhere. Wow. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you have like a birthday on a 14th, a 5th. Okay. So that's fire energy with passion. Whew, I'm so sorry. Whew. And then we have the solar plexus with personal power. Yeah. All right, let's get into it. 41. Cavern of the Eye, uncharted territory. Blazing a trail where none dare enter, courage is required. Taking chances and making new discoveries will bring growth and rewards. Flexibility, right? New territories, being flexible to where you're being guided. Okay. Face your fears and build life with your own hands. Some gambles lead to great rewards. Blessings, blessed. It's up to you to dance with fate and reach for the impossible. This is not a time to follow what others have done before you. Yeah, it's about newness here. Discovery, courage, fears, new territory, chance, rewards, and goals. Yeah. I love this for you. My cat just scared the heck out of me. I was turning to like put something away, like put this away, and then she jumped from one place to the other. I'm like, what the hell was that? Okay. Yeah, so love this for you, part 2. I hope it resonated. I hope I brought you some clarity, maybe made you laugh a little bit. Maybe it's just this person, what was channeled about them gave you a little bit of hope when it comes to your romantic endeavors here. Very beautiful energy. Maybe you are meeting this person on Friday on this portal. I wouldn't be surprised if you're, what was it? If you cross paths with one another. So yeah, I want to thank you. I want to thank your person for sure for being here, because their energy was divine to tap into. It was actually very nice. After I stopped resisting it, which was interesting that I was resisting it in the first place. But thank you to your spirit guides as well, and I hope you have an amazing Friday the 13th. Celebrate, enjoy. It's a beautiful portal. It's a beautiful day, and I hope to see you in other readings in the future. Bye-bye. Oh, I just moved the camera. Okay. Bye-bye, pal 2. Hi, pal 3. If you guys picked a Labradorite, this is going to be your reading. Dragon tails is what keeps coming up. Okay, let me drink some water, get into your energy here. Very nice. All right. I have a special guest today. It's a little fly that keeps coming around, which I'm surprised this little fly is alive, because a little bit of a backstory before we get into your reading. Maybe it's significant. I was doing some art earlier on canvases, and this little fly, this little dude, flew into one of them, and I had to like pick it out, save it because it was on the wet paint, and then I'm surprised that my cat hasn't found it, because she finds everything that's usually flying around. She catches it. I don't know how she does it, but she does. But this little fly has been able to escape Iris, my cat. She's been able to escape and not be damaged by the paint that she was in or he was in when they were in the canvas. I actually picked it up and I didn't break its wings or anything. I just like gently like took it out. I kind of like cleaned it a little bit because it had paint all over. Anyways, this little fly is resilient. That could be for some, that could be a message for some of you, or you could resonate with that in some kind of way. But yeah, hello, Paw 3. This is your reading for Friday the 13th, a beautiful portal day. You might want to go look at what your songs were, because that could be significant. I also want to give you the numbers that came out when I rolled the astro dice. So your number was 9, so I wrote 999. The planet that came out was Neptune, and then the sign that came out was Aquarius. So, you know, if any of that resonates, or maybe you have Aquarius and Neptune and Aquarius, or there's something about the ninth house and Aquarius energy and Neptune energy. Neptune always makes me think of Pisces energy as well, but Pisces is not here yet. Maybe it'll come through in the reading. Also, your numbers for your songs. I usually go into the albums and I look at the number that the song is in the album, right? So you got 27, 3, and 2. So those could be significant. Your last song, Say My Name, is interesting because it's not the Say My Name from Say My Name, but that's what I keep thinking of, you know? So both of those, I guess, could be significant. Ooh, you know what's funny? It's a little funny. It's a little weird. I had extra channeled songs for POW 2 that I had to write down. But now that I'm looking at my notes, I'll show you. These are the two songs that I had to write down for POW 2 because they were extra, and their person kept like pushing me to remember these. I wrote them next to your pile, so that is interesting. Okay, all right. A little bit of a disclaimer that wants to come through as well, especially for you. So your pile was the one that made me write this disclaimer, actually. This could be from the perspective of your person, or this could be from the perspective of both of you, but also how it relates to what you're going through and what they're going through. So, you know, kind of see where it fits and take it as it resonates is what I'm getting for you. You might be coming to POW 3 from POW 2 though. And this could be, POW 2 was definitely about who I'm reading for. But maybe POW 3 is coming from the person, from your person. So that might be why you're here, POW 2. If you are, please only take that if it resonates, okay? All right, let's get into your reading. This is for advice. I'm leaving this for last. And we're just going to start with the oracles. Oh my gosh. Okay. I love this already. POW 3. POW 3, the Fates. One of my favorite cards ever in the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, which is this deck. This card always, when I had TikTok, my TikTok account is still up. It's still like there, but I don't use it anymore. I don't have the app anymore. But I have a 72-part reading that has to do with the fates, a fated connection. That might be significant for some of you. I know I have some other videos here on YouTube about that collective, but this could definitely be this collective. That is actually really cool. The fates. Fate? All right. Fate, it's here in your reading. I love that. Oh, Bluebird Spirit, another one of my favorite cards from another deck, but wow, happiness. Number 7 could be very significant because 17, 7, also 1 and 7 add up to 8. So birds. Okay. The The golden children. Inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. Wow. Okay, big portal there. That is what we're tapping into. So ravens with 44, which adds up to 8. Okay. Also makes me think of Odin's ravens, the two that fly around the world and every day kind of report to him and tell him what's going on. So, oh wow. Talk about birds being significant. I love this energy. Ravens are beautiful. Someone could have a raven tattoo or be called Raven. Oh, that's so Raven is coming through. That's why I said called Raven. Someone's psychic here has premonitions. Maybe you it's not that you don't believe it. It's more of because I think you do believe it. That you're psychic, it's more of it's happening more frequent. It's gonna happen more vividly. That's what I'm getting. Wow. The hunter with number 9. This is your number 9. Look at that. That is very beautiful. Next year is the year of the horse, pile 3. You could be born in the year of the horse as well. Wow. I just see this energy is just pulling me in for a sec. The fact that the horse is like coming out of the darkness, heading towards the light, could be very significant. When I was saying that you could have premonitions, but now they're going to be more intense. That there's something about that with this card. You know what I'm feeling right now? I feel like I'm like stoned. And I am not. I'm very much sober at the moment. Also on a tolerance break. But so it's not like I've even smoked today. But all of a sudden, tapping into this energy, into your energy, or pile 3 in general, doesn't have to be your energy. Again, it could be your person's. I feel like I'm high, to be honest. Like literally my eyes are heavy. Like I'm mellow, but I am like not fully here. I'm like in the ether somehow, some way. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Okay, let's get into tarot to dig into this message and make it more clear for me at the moment. So let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. I actually want to start over here. I want to ask what this is about. This energy, this black horse. Wow. Black horse, a white horse. This card just keeps showing up. It was in pile 2 as well, so. The hunter with the 3 of swords and the Knight of cups. Yeah, emerging from the darkness, heading towards love and acceptance and care and softness and beauty. Someone with tattoos is very significant here because look at how many, they have a full sleeve over here. So they have a heart. What else is on their arm? Hold on, I have to look at this further. I've never looked too much at the tattoos that this person has on this card, but today I feel called to. So, oh, wine, grapes, a picnic, the ocean, seaside in general. Angelic energy is coming through as well. This person's radiating. I don't know if that's being picked up by the camera, but it makes me feel like this is like radiating. They're like a beacon of light. Maybe through the hurt, this person and you have connected. And this is not just excuse me, this is not just you being heard and this person being the beacon. It's both. It's like both of you being heard and both of you being beacons for one another to pull you out of there, out of this. But I also am hearing right now in due time, because you also, the reason why you were here in the first place is because there was some understanding that needed to happen. I'm also getting red strings of fate could be significant. So if you guys have been finding red strings, that could be something that is tying you to your soulmate. You might want to look that up, the red string theory, or the red string fate, the red string, what is it? Like story, belief. Okay. Let's see what fate wants to tell you here. The fates, I should say. Makes me think of Odin, makes me think of Nordic, Celtic energy, makes me think of fairies, obviously. So, the fates. It's like a backwards story, because I feel like it starts over here and then it leads this way. But this the fate, the fates, the things that have in a way have been I want to say pre-approved, but that's such a weird way to put it, have been agreed upon. The things that have been agreed upon in this incarnation, in this lifetime. You've received that information. There's that raven again, by the way. You've received that information. You went through the process of understanding it and having to see through the smoke and mirrors, if you will. And then there's that rapid energy. There's that bird again, that guidance again of that it leads you to the reassurance that you are on the right path. You've received the right messages. You've been following your intuition actually all along, even when it was in the beginning of it, even when it was you taking baby steps, even when it made no sense. Wow. If this is not about you, Pile 3, this could also definitely be your person going through the motions here of all of this. Ooh, look at what flipped. There's something behind it. Hold on. Okay, definitely your person. Yeah, definitely your person. Look at that. Again, the raven again. Wow. So many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ravens in one reading. If you're not connected to Odin, or you're not someone who maybe doesn't even, you don't have to like ask Odin for anything, but you could be someone who is into runes. Oh, I can pull a rune for you. I feel like I should, and I will. Who also just in general knows the story of Odin, kind of you seek knowledge just like they do. So this person, there's a lot of spirit guides. There's a lot of being very connected and very aware of magic, of fate, of just how much guidance there really is around you. There's guidance, and the guidance to this person shows up in their life as truth, as like just inner truth. That's undeniable wisdom with that Hierophant. The lovers being supported by this energy is actually quite beautiful. Both the Gemini energy, by the way, because this is Gemini and this is Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, but also very Gemini, okay? But also very much Libra energy too. So maybe there's a choice here not maybe, there has been a choice here, but this makes me think of Sagittarius energy, which is very beautiful. We are in Gemini season and we just had a Sagittarius full moon. So take that as a resonance. The recognition at a soul level is crazy here. Crazy synchronistic. You are the first pile to get the Lovers, by the way. No one else had the Lovers in their readings. They had, like, you know, soulmate energy and all of that, but they didn't get the Lovers. And there's that darkness again. There's that coming out of this portal of healing something. But this feels like your higher selves. But what's happening in the 3D? That's what I want to ask about, actually. Both of you, though, let me just double down on that message, have rare gifts. That's why Odin is here. That's why all of this mythology and, like, a lot of wisdom and mental clarity. And then Gemini and Sagittarius is they like to seek for answers. They like the information, the outpour of information that the divine sends. It's like delicious energy that you both receive. Before I move on, I'm so sorry. I'm like jumping all over the place. I'm gonna read about the Raven for a sec. Because 44 is a master teacher number, and there's a reason why it's here. And there's a reason why it's here in that sense of, like, master teacher. Okay. I see the path forward. My gosh. Okay. The path forward. Yeah. Oh, I'm hearing something about you cannot unsee what you've perceived. And I've never put those words together in that way, but you cannot unsee what you've perceived. Wow. That's for your person. There's a message about them being right now called to action, maybe towards you, because again, they cannot unsee what they have perceived already, you know. And that could also be for you, but it feels very much like your person. Okay. The mysterious Raven has come to deliver a prophecy. Prophecy, fate, shut up. Okay. But have no fear, as Raven is a powerful spiritual ally, a messenger between the realms. This bird of the night is wise in the ways of magic and the universe. You're being reminded to tap back into your spiritual practice. Raven speaks to the importance of connecting with your guides for even a few minutes every day. Make time to incorporate meditation, journaling, or connecting with the oracle deck, with your oracle decks, so you allow time and space for the divine guidance to stream in. Oh, a stream. Okay. Miracles appear in the smallest of moments, and the third eye is like a fine-tuned instrument. The third eye. Do you see that? It's oh my God, so synchronistic. Okay. Spending time tuning in with your intuition and deepening your practice will lead you to the right direction. What are a few quick ways that you can incorporate your spiritual practice into your daily routine? Maybe you're someone who is being called at the moment, or you're being called too often to be in nature, to observe maybe birds, to observe just the trees flowing and the wind, and that is a meditative state for you, is what I'm getting. I literally see someone doing that. But in general, there's something about going to your happy place or doing something that makes you happy, and letting that be how you're connecting to your spirit guides as well, or they are very much present there when you are just in your flow and doing things that you like as well. Pile 3. And also they want you to do that because the more that you do, look at the bottom of the deck, the more that you do that and you tap into this energy, you will be able to recognize it in this person as well. Like, that's how you're going to be able to have a soul recognition. These are divine counterparts, by the way. The Hierophant and the High Priestess. They're equals. Look at that. Death and rebirth. I'm keeping that. The Emperor after that. I'm keeping that. What's at the top here? Wow. Wow. Divine feminine energy. Here we are. Yeah. There's something of an end of a cycle here, maybe. Maybe an end of a tough cycle, actually. All right, let's see what else wants to come through here. I want to see what the Bluebird Spirit wants to talk about here. Page of Cups. Yeah, I like that. Believe in the impossible. Believe in magic. But when pigs fly, and I'm hearing they're flying. Do you believe it now? You've perceived it. You cannot unsee what you've perceived. So it's time to just accept, surrender. That's like the last little step here. Surrender. Surrender to the magic and surrender to what wants to unfold here. And it is not that you don't have the free will, because fate, you know, has decided everything for you. But it's more of you and fate have been working in tandem, hand in hand. You, fate, and this person, right? You're all like, you know, kumbaya. Together, you've built this. You've manifested this. You've perceived it, and now you're following through. And that's the call to action here that I was picking up on. It's just keep doing what you're doing. It's that simple. Okay. Let's get into your advice. First, I'm going to go with the card that I already pre-picked. Ooh, so lunar energy, very psychic energy again. Tiger with fire. Wow. Not a tiger. Well, yes, a tiger, but a white tiger. Okay. Wow. Look at you. Okay. Tiger, lunar force, ease in darkness, and feminine energy. Ease in darkness. Tiger hunts at night, at one with the silence, fearing nothing. This card reminds us to take in the wild darkness, to allow the lunar forces to soothe and heal our spirits. Sensuality, receptivity, and devotion are all heightened at the midnight hour, and the tiger takes advantage of these boons. Spend some time in the silence this evening, drinking in the potent calm. There is nothing to fear in the stillness except the awakening of your own power. Woof. There is nothing to fear in the stillness except the awakening of your own power. When in balance, passionate, strong, and sensual. When out of balance, overstimulated. And to bring into balance, candle gazing. And I don't want to butcher that word, but I'll show it because it's the actual, you know, practice, what it's called. But maybe that's how they want you to tap in with your spirit guides. My nose being extremely itchy all of a sudden, it's confirmation for me. But candle gazing could be something that you want to do to perceive and see the unseen, or, you know, just tap in and don't be scared of it. You are safe to do this, okay? You're very protected. And then we're going to get a card from the Echo Femme Fantasy Oracle by Muxie. And this is going to be advice from Mother Gaia for you at this time and with this portal. Some of you could be scribes. So looking into a black mirror, looking into water, candle gazing. You could literally see visions. Maybe a crystal ball could be significant as well, because that rare gift it just keeps calling my name, keeps like telling me like talk about me. So just a reminder there, some rare spiritual gifts that you possess here. All right, let's get advice for you. Let's focus. All right. Eclipse of the self, transforming into someone new. Look at that. Talk about rare spiritual gifts, and like quite literally, that's like a full moon. It makes me think of the strawberry full moon we just had in Sagittarius, which is I believe one of those full moons that was so close to the earth that is not going to happen until like 18 more years or something. Like there's something very powerful about your energy. You're like one of a kind, once in a lifetime, I'm hearing. Oh, this person recognizes that within you as well, and I feel like you need to recognize it too. All right, with more fire energy, which is passion, and then with the crown chakra, with divine channel, you could be a channeler. I wouldn't doubt it, because again, rare gifts. Okay. Transforming into someone new. Personal transformation. What do you want to be? Or I said what do you want to be, but what it says here is who do you want to be? Like the moon eclipsed the sun. Ooh, maybe the next eclipse is going to be significant. The new self eclipses the old self. A choice is made. A choice with the lovers. A choice is made. A lesson is learned, and a new direction is unlocked. Weave the energy of the lunar eclipse to seal this new direction into being. You are evolving into a higher state of being. Wow. Identity, energized transformation, evolution, and activation. Wow. 44. Maybe this is an extra confirmation that Odin wants to work with you, by the way. Now I'm seeing 13 is a 4, and then 4, 44 again. Wow. Wow, that is powerful. Oh, that reminds me, I need to pull a rune for you. I love how they led me back to what I had said initially of the rune. And not let me forget it. Okay, my runes are in this little box. I pull one. I've been pulling one since last week, and today was Algi's, which is spiritual protection, so that might be significant for you. But so they're in here, and the way I do this is I close it, I tumble it around, and then I choose one. So it might get a little loud over here. Okay, so just and then I choose, but like I don't look at what I'm picking. I just open it like this and like I choose. Okay, so hold on, let me do my thing over here. Oh, okay, not this slamming open. I actually don't want to see them, but if I look at the camera or look at what I'm filming, I'm gonna see them. So let me just pile 3. What rune do you need? All right, got one. All right. There might be a little bit of turmoil happening with you here. This rune is also associated with Thor, so lightning could be significant. So that is page 78. Also, it's the 3rd rune, so the number 3 could also be significant. So this is your rune right here. I don't want to butcher the name, so I'm just leaving it there for you. Misfortune, but not in the way that you think, by the way. Also means giant. Correspondence with Saturn could be significant. So a disrupted, threatening, or painful upset to the order of human life. It relates to the misfortune that undermines your security and creates disorder. It could be a challenging personal issue, a problem, maybe health, romance, or finances. But also, let me get to the part that I have highlighted that is about transformation here for you, because I feel like that's really what it wants to speak about. So this one is associated with Thor. And how, you know, it kind of looks like a, it obviously looks like a, whatchamacallit, Thor's hammer. It's protected. It's a protected amulet that resembles the shape of this. So maybe there's something about a protective amulet of yours, and the fact that Algiz was the one that I had out because it was my rune of the day, and I felt called to show it to you. It's like there's nothing, again, there's nothing to fear in your quest for knowledge here. The upheaval or the blockages that you might have been feeling, or the things that the darkness, that struggle that you had been coming out of, it wants to tell you that it's in the past. So this is a good as well to combat overwhelming opposition. And it says, draw the strength from a higher power to assist you, for such energies are real and willing to help. So a higher power is here as well. Maybe quite literally Odin wants to work with you to move through these energy with you. Or maybe a god in general, one of the goddesses or a god wants to help you here. Someone that you feel called to, someone that you might be a devotee of. Just because you admire them doesn't necessarily mean that you've been asking anything of them, but they're saying if you feel like asking, this is the time, because we're here to help. Wow, okay. It says you might feel overwhelmed or a victim of dark energy. This does not mean that you're a victim of a hex, but it does suggest like naughty difficulty, especially for women. If you're a woman, or in your reproductive organs as well, could be significant here. Interesting. Ooh, the 9 worlds of North myth. So your number is 9 as well. Wow, you are very connected to Norse mythology for sure. Just want to see what else pops up at me to tell you from this. Ooh, this is interesting. The last sentence here says, this carries the energy of, with it, the challenge that you're pulling away from an agent of ill luck, whatever that might be. Yeah, okay, so you're closing up a cycle that was maybe stagnicity for you, especially when it comes to romantic relationships. Maybe like that cycle of hurt, okay, is what you're kind of coming out of, finally like putting it behind you. And quite literally big energies are here to help you. Lunar energy, the Hierophant, the High Priestess, a lot of wisdom, like inner soul, like at a core level wisdom, connected to oneness wisdom kind of thing. The Fates are here. Odin is here. Maybe other goddesses and gods, but Odin is so significant. Thor was also mentioned. So yeah. The earth is here. The birds are here to help you. Like, there's so much at your disposal is what I'm getting to. Pile 3, ask for the help, ask for the understanding. It will be delivered just like it's been delivered before. Wow. But also at the same time, expect nothing but goodness to come your way, because that's what's coming. Okay, a lot of happiness and a lot of clarity, good fortune, a new self. You might be in that stage of, again, yeah, the eclipse of the self, meaning, like Muxi mentioned, it's about your new self and your old self are here. They're eclipsing each other because they're crossing path, and one is heading in the direction of moving away from you, and you're moving towards the new, right? This right here. So yeah, okay, cool. Thank you so much for trusting me to read for you. I want to also thank your person, thank your spirit guides, thank the gods and goddesses that are here backing you the fuck up, because they really are here. Thank you for trusting me to read for you. Whew. Wishing you an amazing Friday the 13th portal, and I'll see you in other readings. Bye-bye.